Welcome back to Track and Travel with Rick, and today we're going to talk about my new TurboAnt R9. It's an electric scooter I'm using for a pit bike, and it's great for around the campground. I've been running for 2 years now the TurboAnt X7 Max, and today we're going to take them over to Ricky's and we're going to do a video showing features of the X7, also the R9, take them for a ride and show you how they work. One thing we didn't cover is how easy it was to put together. Literally take it out of the box, 2 screws here, 2 screws on the back, and there's a plug-in. It was that simple, and the thing was fully charged. There's air in the tires, and I was able to jump on and ride it. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
Hey guys, welcome back to Joe Racing, and today we're showing off the brand new TurboAnt R9 electric scooter. These literally just came out. We had to pre-order them, and I've already had a full in-depth ride on mine. I would say I probably put 10 miles on it at least. I was cruising around all day yesterday, so I get a pretty good representation of what the scooter's all about. And in this video, we're going to show you the features and also compare them to our 2-year-old TurboAnt X7 Max, and I believe the X7 Pro. Obviously, you can see a little bit of a difference in these scooters. But initially, the features of these scooters. Initially, I think this thing is meant more for being on the road as well as off-road, not just you know, like a pit scooter such as these ones. This one has a front and rear brake, as well as an actual turn signal.
Okay, let me get a picture of that working.
And an actual horn, not just a bell.
Versus...
Yeah, so it's clearly meant for being on the road, but one of the biggest differences between these scooters is these old ones have a 350 watt motor as opposed to this 500 watt motor. So I can already tell you there is quite a big difference there. And also one of the big key features is these old ones could only go 20 miles an hour, and these ones are rated at 30 miles an hour.
So the 9R, actually I thought it was 28.
I hit 30.
You hit 30, okay,
yes, so
cool.
It is 30.
They run at a higher voltage,
Right.
54 versus 48.
Yep. And you could really feel the difference going up a hill, because in the old scooter, you'd be going up a hill and it would really bog. I've ridden this one around town a bunch, and with a little headwind in a hill, you'd bog down to 7-8 miles an hour.
So its rating though is 15% grade, and the new ones are rated at what?
I think 20%.
20%, right. And
yesterday riding, we had a lot of wind here in Iowa, and riding up a hill near my house with a pretty good headwind, I was at full throttle going like 17 miles an hour. So it still has its limitations, but still it's probably a good 10 miles an hour quicker in those situations.
Let's talk about the headlights. You ride it at night last night? I rode mine at night, and man, what a difference. Okay, here we are outside. Nice bright turn signal, brake light. This light is pretty bright. Pretty cool. Spotlight's out pretty good out in the yard. There's the shop. So let's... Yeah, that is really bright. All right, we'll take it for a ride in the daylight when it's safe to do so, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Of course, there's not much you could do about it, but the headlight being mounted down there and where it pivots, of course the whole thing pivots, the light kind of jumps all over the place, but you can't really do anything about that.
I thought it was pretty bright though.
Yeah, and also with these new scooters, it has actual front and rear suspension. We're not just relying on tire pressure, which I didn't think those were bad before. And then these, some of the bumps here in town, it really soaked up a lot of the bumps. Not perfect yet, but maybe after a little more braking, it'll do a lot better.
So show them how this latches compared to, then we'll show the other one. I like this latching system better.
Right.
Nice.
So, Larry, just pull this up, drop that down, and then you fold that in, and
That's
I
a
wouldn't say
very,
it's
well, it's a lot
foolproof.
more secure than the other one.
Right.
Now go ahead and pick that up.
As opposed to the old style. Each of these have a different latches, but the one I'm familiar with, it just had a little slide there. Drop that down, and then it sometimes latches in there, but it just takes one bump of that, and the whole thing's coming up.
So on your X7 Pro, your rear fender acts as a rear brake as well.
Yes, this one does, and is. I also have the handbrake. Yours
Does
on
not.
The X7 Max. This is more of just a fender. But just
I really like
a
the brake
rear
on mine. The brake's a little bit better. The latching mechanism is not as, it likes to pop out. It's not as ideal, but
Yeah,
I mean, it
just
works.
slides in.
It slides in and it'll slide out. So I like the new one with the latch. The 9 is about 55 pounds. And the old ones, the 7s, are about 35 pounds. So it's
Right.
about 15 pounds more.
But if you want the more power, more range, and everything, you got to pay for it. Pay for it in weight when it comes to electric. They become even like electric cars. You want the power, it's going to be heavier.
So the new battery's 12.5 amp hour versus 10 amp hour.
Right.
We got 2 solid years out of these 7s, and we love them.
Yeah, no problems at all.
Game changer at the track. That's why we were not hesitant to buy new sight unseen. No review. Bought the 9.
Yeah, no reviews, and these were pre-order, and I think the price got bumped up a little bit. I was looking, but these new ones. I think I was seeing $525 now.
So I
$525.
So I bought it for $500, including shipping.
Then that was pre-order.
On the pre-order.
Yes.
They were talking going to $700. So if they're only $525, that's not bad.
Yeah, and it might still go up. Whereas when we bought these ones, there was nothing else really good in the price range, and I think I bought this one for around $500
And
at the time.
And mine was $500 as well. And I bought it about a few months earlier than you did.
Right. So I mean, it's.
Price point's excellent.
I'd say it's a perfect price point, and yes, you can spend more money to get faster ones, better ones, but I haven't seen anything. Otherwise, you probably would have bought it sooner. If there was one advertised that could go this speed and have these functions at this kind of price point, you probably would have bought it.
Right. I was looking for another one. My daughter wants my scooter, so I'm getting a free upgrade, giving her my old one, and I want a little bit more speed and hill climbing ability.
Right.
That hill I live on, I struggled with the other one.
Another cool feature with these is it has a USB port. So if somehow you're inclined to plug your phone in or something,
You can charge it.
you can charge it while you're riding because it is a pretty big battery. Or if you mount your GoPro or whatever, maybe there's a way you could plug it in so it doesn't die so fast. Who knows?
Right, it's a good point.
Some of that nature.
So what I like on my old machine is the hook. I'm going to outfit a hook on mine and something to hold a water bottle. That's
right.
definitely a challenge to bring anything with you. You need both hands to drive.
Yeah, it gets a little wobbly.
Well, not wobbly, but you on the 7s with your brake and throttle on opposite sides, you can't drive it one-handed.
Right. Now you kind of can.
Yeah, you might be able to.
But still out of safety. It probably wouldn't be that hard to fab some up because these are pretty sturdy.
Yeah, so the 9 has the battery down below.
Yeah.
And the charge port down below. And it keeps the weights really low. And it's a nice metal battery container, so it looks like it can take some abuse. The batteries on these 7s
are detachable.
Detachable, but they're in the stem.
Yeah.
It is front drive, so it does kind of work out. Honestly, I had so much fun riding the 7. I've got no complaints.
But this one being rear drive, I've noticed driving because especially when you hit bumps with the front steer front drive, it kills some momentum. But so when you're riding it over bumps, you kind of pull back to kind of mitigate some of that. But this is having suspension.
That's true.
And having
Yeah.
on the rear, you could pull back on it, still hitting the bumps, and it would keep, you know, full speed. Another really cool thing about being rear-wheel drive, it can't do burnouts. It isn't like that, but you can ride wheelies on this thing.
There you go. It seems like a much sturdier. That rear fender, nice solid steel.
Yeah.
What else can we say? We need to go drive these things.
Yeah, we've done enough talking. Let's just show some clips of these things riding. Like I said, I probably put 10 miles on it last night after I got it. Love it so far. All right, after a first kind of initial ride, what do you think of this?
It's pretty impressive. It's pretty fast. Fast enough to get hurt on, that's for sure. But it's very stable. Very stable. Handles the bumps on these roads, riding around on the blacktop and the sand and gravel and whatnot. I think it's handling it very well. It's going to be excellent in the pits. This is going to be great because we got a hill at the track.
And it'll be more than fast enough in the pits.
Well, sure, pit road speed's 10 miles an hour. I'm just saying having the power to get up that grass hill will really come in handy. And how many times we drive across the grass. So this is made for that.
Right. So let's recap. Should we wear a helmet doing this?
Probably.
Probably.
Will you?
Well.
Probably not.
All right.
Yeah, probably recommended. These are pretty quick.
All right, so kind of our next test that we want to show you, because we're saying that these scooters do have more power, is we have a pretty steep hill here. I don't think the camera really does it justice, but by hill standards for a scooter, I would say it's pretty steep.
Okay, well, I'm going to go up the hill. I'll take the camera.
And we'll show you kind of from a dead stop right where we're at, you know, what kind of speeds it reaches going up the hill, and then kind of review of the power of going up the hill.
This hill put me down to 4 miles an hour, but I've got 25 pounds more experience on Ricky. He should be able to go faster.
8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, guys, so let's kind of wrap up this video. Showed a little test. We did a off camera. It's kind of hard to do with only 2 people. Kind of 5 mile an hour roll between the X7 Max and this new R9. And initially it was kind of like this, and then the R9 pulled. So the acceleration isn't fantastic off the line, not much different, but it still is. But the speed really does sneak up on you when, especially if you're going downhill. You have to move them pretty fast.
Well, what do you think? Glad you bought it?
Yeah, this is well worth it. This is so much fun to ride around on. For the money, I'd say it's well worth it if you're looking for a, you know, pit bike of sorts as opposed to gas powered or.
Right, you can put it inside your vehicle without the smell of gas.
Right.
It goes as fast as any pit bike does. You know, your typical mini bike.
Right.
I got the seats folded down on my Charger, and I just picked it up and stuffed it in the back over the seat, in the back seat. No problem.
Yeah, so definitely worth it. Plenty of power, can take the hills. Of course, the lighter you are, the better for the hills.
Tell me one thing you don't like about it, and I got one.
Oh, I don't think I got one, really.
Well, I think the brakes felt better on my other one, but I had disc, and
yeah.
I'm just trying to get used to this stopping power.
Maybe you just gotta, it might be a matter
It's
of
heavier,
grabbing them harder.
Yeah, it's heavier and faster, so the brakes aren't as good.
Right.
But I love the lighting. I was riding mine, and it was pitch black dark. The rear tail light is so much brighter, and it's an actual tail light plus a brake light and turn signal.
Right.
And the front light you can really see, so I felt safe on it.
You're probably gonna get to see it really in the daylight. So.
Oh.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is not sponsored by any means. We just are a big fan of TurboAnt because their scooters have just been really good for us.
We had 2, now we got 4.
Best bang for the buck for amount of fun and versatility. And yeah, so go buy one if you want, or if you guys have a different brand you guys like to go with.
There's probably other good ones for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's just, this is what we found. Stick with what you know.
Right, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, we'll see you in the next one.
Pull this up, put it in the back seat. Got my recycling back here I gotta get to, but look at that.
Fits perfect.
Right in the back of any car.